Hi, this is Shauna. I'm with Living Stones Coaching, and it was on my heart today to come share with you about something that I'm seeing a lot and I'm hearing a lot about. And I don't know if this is coming off the tails of the pandemic that we all experienced in the world, or if it's I know it's been there all along, but a lot of people are experiencing this right now, and it can be a very lonely and confusing place. And so I wanted to bring to you today um, just some compassion and understanding, and maybe some awareness and education around abuse. And when I was first introduced to abuse, it was through a course where they provided an abuse wheel, and we were able to see the wide range of abuse that can happen. And that circle, that wheel, reminded me that we can all abuse each other at times. So our humanness is broken, and we can abuse each other. Sometimes it goes from one end where it's mild and it's unaware and unintentional, all the way to narcissistic personality disorder and things that are more extreme, that are intentional of sorts, and that have intent behind them. And then there's everything in between. And so I'm not here to share all of the abuse that we could experience, but what I do know is that emotional and mental abuse are often clouded. They are often foggy to discern and to determine what's happening in a relationship. And I like to use the analogy of an Arizona monsoon, or as we call it, our big dust storms here in Arizona. And what happens is, you have to pull over the car. You can't see ahead of you past that dust. And so if it means that you have this moment to pause right here, and if you're experiencing, or someone that's experiencing abuse, it is really tough to see it. It's really tough to discern what's happening in that moment. And so I invite you to pull over the car, to pause for a minute if this is hitting a spot for you, or if you're relating to something I'm saying, or someone that is, to just take a minute and reflect that pause and that moment of acknowledgement, and that moment of something's wrong, something's off, that intuition, that moment where you say, I want to invite you to step into that a little bit more and be curious about maybe seeking some support, seeking some help, learning more about it, to say, is this really happening? Because there's some subtle versions of abuse and manipulation. One of them that's coming to mind is called gaslighting. Gaslighting has been around for forever, but it's getting more acknowledgement and education around it. And it's something where your experience doesn't become your experience anymore if someone takes your experience and makes it about their view and puts it back on you. So it could be something as subtle as, gosh, I acknowledge this happened in the relationship, and someone turns it back around, flips it on you, and says, oh no, that must be your fear, or that must be your control, or list goes on and on. That must be your something else. When really, that might not be. That might be a distraction. That might be a deflection on their part, and they're subtly manipulating it, sometimes very unknowingly, to deflect what their experience is onto you. And so that is something to pause. When those moments happen and it feels like crazy making, you are not alone in that. But it is hard to discern that, because you're trying to parcel things out when all of a sudden it feels like there's dust in your face or fog and you can't see through it. So it was really important to me today to share that with you, because there's so many facets and there's so many pieces, and sometimes we need someone to just hear us, to mirror back what we're saying, so that we can recognize, oh my gosh, that is happening right now. And abuse can be so subtle that sometimes it becomes this gradual thing, and you realize, wow, I've been experiencing this for years, or maybe decades, And I didn't know what this was. I didn't know why it was there. And it can happen slowly. It can happen all of a sudden. But mental and emotional abuse of that sort is tough to discern. So I'm here to support you if I can be of any help. If you want to just even have a 30-minute consult at no cost, feel free to reach out, or you know someone that is experiencing that and experiencing some confusion. I would love to just be of support. My heart is really to help you find freedom and help you find safety and stability in what you're stepping out into in your life, and where you want to overcome some of these things and have a voice and stand up to that and be strong and feel empowered. And so I'm here for you. I'm here with you, and let me know if I can support you in any way. Have a great day, and I hope to hear from those that need it today.